I wanted to do players that look like their teams. Dustin Wolf inspired this because, Sean, if you could throw this up, Dustin Wolf just looks like Calgary Flames. I didn't do any color grading or color matching or whatever. And sometimes, yeah, the jerseys might make it seem like, yeah, well, of course that guy looks like the Calgary Flames. He's wearing a Calgary Flames jersey. It's not what I'm talking about. And you know what I'm talking about.
Sean, can you go to the Philadelphia Flyers? Because based off of that, the same thing applies to the Philadelphia Flyers. Owen Tippett, Cam York. I want the Flyers to have all redheaded players. Let's do the Oilers next. This is an easy one. Stu Skinner looks like an oil man.
We haven't done enough with the Plainview Stu imagery, have we?
No,
have we
not
even
really.
mentioned it?
I mean, this hasn't been a very Oilers or There Will Be Blood heavy season so far.
Can I give you one?
Yeah.
Anze Kopitar just actually looks like a king.
I also have a Los Angeles King. I have Drew Doughty. It's not that he looks like a king. It's that he looks like a lord who's trying to become a king.
Yes, Drew Doughty is there when a king is there.
Yes.
But he is not the king.
Exactly.
Zach Bogosian looks like the Wild. He looks like generally the Wild.
I had Zach Bogosian and Middleton.
So I thought about Middleton. I also thought about Brock. I thought that, like, as far as the team is concerned,
Yeah.
Brock Faber looks like the Wild.
It's a wild collection of players.
Brock Faber looks like the Minnesota Wild. Zach Bogosian looks like the Wild.
Yeah, I would say that these look like two like Wild West brothers.
And if they were still doing the red jerseys, which a recent thought of mine is that the Wild should go back to that. If they were still doing the red jerseys, Jacob Lauko looks like the Minnesota Wild in that case.
Okay.
Like he would have been on one of those teams wearing one of those jerseys.
All
And
right.
it just shows how up for interpretation this whole thing is and how clearly we have at least two players who confirmed look like their teams in Zach Bogosian and Anze Kopitar.
The Dallas Stars have just two guys who straight up look like stars. Not like in the sky. Star
People.
humans. Like you could find them in any tabloid that you pick up at the supermarket in line. Rupe Hintz with the blonde bleach hair looks incredible and looks like a shitty musician.
He kind of looks like Art Alexakis. It might be pronounced Alexakis. No one in the 90s knew. The lead singer of Everclear. Kind of look like that.
I think of him as like, that like electronica sort of like electro pop bands, like the garage bands where all the songs kind of sound the fucking same. It looks like one of those. And Mason Marchment, I don't think we've talked about him like a lot. He might be sneakily one of the most underrated hot players in the NHL.
Why can't I think of the actor's name? Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey. He kind of looks like if McDreamy was like crossbred with McSteamy.
I'm looking at a
It's
picture
working.
of McSteamy and McDreamy together, and what you said is 100% correct. Great job.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what. Sidney Crosby does not look like a Penguin, but he does kind of look like a Senator.
Kind of got the politician hot thing going.
Yes, like you toss that, yeah. So
Especially with the salt and pepper.
yeah,
That gray coming in. I think this is just you've mentioned this a few times in passing off air. I just think you really want Sidney Crosby to be on the Ottawa Senators.
I want there to be speculation that Sidney Crosby could go to a team that Penguins fans would be like, we could easily be as good as that team. What? Come on, just keep Sidney Crosby. Nope. Your team has done crazy things, and I'm choosing to blame your owner because he's an easy guy to blame. Maybe let's get him on the Senators. Let's get Sidney Crosby on the Senators because he kind of looks like it. And this one I'm the most proud of.
Okay.
Morgan Riley, I'll say, looks like the Leafs because he kind of looks like a pile of leaves.
Oh my God. What the fuck? I don't even know what that means, but it feels extremely insulting.
He doesn't.
I feel like agreeing with you is adding insult to Morgan
There's
Riley's
something
injury,
here.
but I 100% agree with you.
I think we need another investigation.
And also, I want to submit Phil Kessel. I just also a pile of leaves.
Oh,
Endearing. Like I do not mean that in a derogatory
this
way.
is
at
all endearing.
Yeah, it just
I
gives
would
me the
say
same
like
vibe
Phil
here.
Kessel, like pile of wet leaves.
Well, that sounds insulting.
It kind of is.
I'll say Morgan Riley at the
Saying somebody looks like a pile of leaves is never not going to be insulting, regardless of the context.
I don't know. Leaves and fall are beautiful.
We all silly like the mayor.